Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Junior bringing you another video today. And today in this video, this is pretty much everything, the basics of everything you need to know in Destiny 2. Obviously, there is still more information coming out, so a lot more videos. I'll be posting videos breaking down some of the stuff in this video in more detail. So one of my last videos was breaking down the weapon systems, videos like that, breaking down how things are basically going to work in Destiny, and of course the information keeps on coming out. But this is everything you sort of need to know from the stream and stuff we found out so far. So the first thing that was really expected in the community and would have been the biggest surprise if this wasn't if Destiny 2 wasn't based on it, and it was definitely going to be based on it, it's the Cabal. Now this was, people say we've had Vex, but to me we haven't really had Vex. People say, oh, we've already had a Vex raid, we've already had Vex, but you know, I don't really think that's I don't really think that's still Vex, but anyway, we had a Vex raid, we've had a Fallen raid, and we've had two Hive raids. Now we're going on to a Cabal raid, which expected, and a Cabal expansion, which was expected. Now, it could have been Vex, but it was more expected that it was Cabal. A bit of the, pretty much just because of the raid, and they didn't have much backstory. But anyway, so the DLC, didn't even really need to mention this, is going to be about Cabal, as expected. So, next up, Destiny is obviously going to bring new story missions, new Crucible maps, a new social space, and new Crucible game modes. I said that. And new just multiplayer things to do, new strikes, a new raid. We'll go over that in a minute. So next up, the Destiny 2 interface sort of type thing has changed. So the interface has changed. So the interface with Destiny you'd be seeing has changed to a completely different sort of interface. Now this sounds stupid, a lot of you will say, how does it remind you of this? But it kind of reminds me of some of the characters who hold guns in Overwatch. It kind of reminds me of those type of graphics, but in my opinion a lot better. So I'm actually excited for these graphics, because they actually do look a ton better than really the Destiny 1 graphic sort of type things, interface. You know, I'm gonna miss the old Destiny interface, because that was kind of a recognizable thing. Like if you saw Destiny, if you would even saw this from far away, you'd be like, oh wait, that's Destiny. Yeah. So yeah, that's changing. New supers. We've got the Dawnblade, which is the new Warlock subclass. I think it's replacing the Sunsinger, but I don't know. So we've got the Warlock, which has a massive sword, and you can just fly around and rain down these projectiles of fire onto your enemies. So that's the Warlock one. The Titan, we know that the Smash is coming back, and that's different. So you can do, it's basically a mobile Smash now, so you can smash, run around, smash again, run around, smash again. And I can see that just being a beast in PvP. I can see that getting a lot of usage in PvP. Then for the Titan we have the Sentinel. It's a defensive and offensive subclass, so you can block yourself with a shield, and you can throw your shield and it comes back to you. you're basically Captain America in a sense, if you want to put it that way. And if I wanted to go for a subclass, I've got to say the Titan would be a subclass I'd want to go for, because A, it's unique, B, it's just cool. You get to become Captain America in Destiny. I mean, who doesn't want that? So, yeah, that's the Titan. Then you have the Hunter. So first of all, Golden Gun is coming back, and the knife is now, the throwing knife is now explosive, and the the throwing knife is now explosive, and the Golden Gun can fire 6 rapid shots. So basically, you can, like, last word. Yeah, it's even got the last word animation, but in the lore, the Golden Gun is pretty much the last word, so that makes sense. But yeah, Golden Gun is now a rapid fire. It's now a rapid fire attack. Now that would probably be my subclass in Destiny 2, because this one, alright, it's cool, but I was quite disappointed about. It's the Arc Strider, I think it's called. So you get to go around with this massive staff and wreck enemies, pretty much. So you get to go around with this huge staff and arc staff, should I say, and do some cool acrobatics and wreck enemies. The reason why I was disappointed is because my Hunter's my main, and this is basically just a arc blade, just an arc blade that looks cooler, and I believe you could slam down with your staff. Not something I'm really looking forward to, so I'd choose the Golden Gun in that state if I was me, which I am. If I was you, should I say. But you get to choose what you want. This is, again, probably going to be a Crucible dominated class. Now, I haven't watched any videos about it yet, but apparently there was evidence that other classes might be coming back. For example, the Stormcaller, the Sunbreaker, and the Night Stalker. Now, Night Stalker is pretty much my main, so if that comes back, I'd be happy, because Night Stalker is like I run Night Stalker a lot, like all the time pretty much. Unless I'm doing like some Crucible or whatever and I'm using the Golden Gun. Oh yeah, another thing about the Golden Gun. The super energy drains fast, like really fast, like intensely fast. But anyway, that's it for supers. Now, obviously, like I said at the beginning, they're gonna bring a new story, which we haven't really seen apart from the first mission, which, by the way, looks really cool. They're gonna bring new strikes. For example, one of the new strikes is a Vex Strike the Inverted Spire, which I gotta say looks pretty cool, and it looks like a well done strike, cause you know you got that big Vex Minotaur, and that yeah, you got that big Vex Minotaur. You've got that he does some attack or something where the floor disappears. I don't know, but the strike itself looks really cool, and the Vex look really cool. We did get a glimpse of the Fallen, you could say. So yeah, so that's new strikes. They're gonna have Nightfalls, which again are strikes. So whatever new strikes come in, we're gonna have Nightfalls again, which is good. I'm glad they're bringing stuff back. Of course, they got a new raid, like of course, which is obviously gonna be killing Dominus Ghaul, unless something happens in the story and it turns out Dominus Ghaul isn't the main boss. Do you know what would be cool though? If Dominus Ghaul wasn't the main boss and we had to go kill the Cabal Emperor. But I doubt that's gonna happen until the end, like the very end of Destiny itself, like in the next 7 years, because I think we're not really gonna be killing any of their major leaders until any of the armies, like major leaders, until probably the end of Destiny 1, because Destiny 1, end of Destiny itself, like the franchise, because otherwise that would just be a bit bad if we just killed off the Cabal Empire and then they went. But they wouldn't go, they would just have to find a new emperor, and then we'd have to kill that emperor, and then they'd find a new emperor, and then we'd kill that emperor, and yeah, so on and so on. But anyway, so the new raid, we know nothing about it apart from it's a new raid, and it's probably going to be a Cabal raid. It's definitely going to be a Cabal raid. Like, if it was anything else, a Fallen raid, a Vex raid, or flipping out, if it was another Hive raid, just no. Just it's going to be a Cabal raid. It's 100% obvious. Like, it's obvious. It's either defeating Dominus Ghoul or the Cabal Emperor, probably most likely Dominus Ghoul, who's this massive boss who we see a glimpse of at the end of the story mission. Anyway, let's talk about the new social space now, because obviously the tower has been blown up, destroyed, taken over. Tower's gone bye-bye, all our vendors, everything, the speaker, well, you know, he's probably not dead, he's probably just some evil guy who just will come, never mind. But anyway, yeah, you get the idea. Things have gone, we need a new social space. And that's in the European Dead Zone, which is actually going to be a new patrol base. Patrol base? Which is actually going to be a new patrol area. Surprise, surprise. Kind of surprise, like I wasn't expecting European Dead Zone. But yeah, so we've made a place with tents, barns. It's basically a farm. So we've got barns, chickens, cows, pigs, all that. And I'm guessing we're storing our loot in barns, which would mean like super good vault space. All our vendors are moving there. There was even a kind of a glimpse of the Cryptarch, which is pretty cool. Hopefully it's not Master Rahul. Like, Master Rahul should have just died with the in the Cabal attack for everything he's done to us. But anyway, we've got a new Cryptarch, and we've got a football pitch. Like a football pitch, like an at the tower, and we got that servitor in the reef, and we got them like weird arc, void, and solar ball things. But like, come on, we never actually had to have a game, or got to have a game of football. You know, what if they had add other sports like cricket or baseball or rugby or something like that as we progress through the social space. Hopefully it's going to be a thing where we have to build up the social space. Not physically build the social space, like build it, but like we have to regain the population, like find villages, collect villagers, like for refuge. And we know that there's a Shard of the Traveler there. It was kind of confirmed that that shard is a Shard of the Traveler. And that area as well is going to be a new patrol way. Patrol area. Speaking of patrol areas, let's go over the patrol areas, shall we? Okay, so we've got 4 new worlds. We've got Io, which is one of Jupiter's moons, and I believe this is the one where Ikora's going to just go to rest now. Like, not die, but like she's just gonna stay there, and then she's just gonna live her life there, because that, I believe, is where the ancient knowledge is. It's the last place the Traveler touched, they said, before the collapse. So they said it's going to be filled with lore and stuff to discover, and this is where Ikora is going to stay down now. Then we have Titan, which I believe is the, I probably got all these wrong, but I believe is the water world. So Titan is the water-ish world. So it's basically, they said it was like the ocean. Now, Titan is where Zavala's gonna stay now. Zavala's going to stay on Titan, and I don't know if they meant to let him stay on Titan because he was a Titan, but hey. So Titan in Destiny 2, so it's pretty much, yeah, a water world. Few places you can stand. There's like a human like landing pad craft thing or whatever. Then we have Nessus, which is a Vex occupied world. It kind of looks like a bit like the Black Garden. You've got like in the Strike, Inverted Spire, you can see like a gardenish sort of thing. And yeah, it's inhabited by Vex, and Red Legion in the Strike came to invade it. So yeah, it's basically a Vex world, looks like the Black Garden, and it's going to be pretty cool to explore. Next up, obvious, I just like said it like a few minutes ago, it's the European Dead Zone. The European Dead Zone, we've heard about it so many times, there's been Crucible maps, and yeah, it looks like it's now going to be a patrol base, and it's apparently twice the size of any patrol area they made. Did I say patrol base again? I need to stop saying that, but it's, yeah, twice the size as any patrol area they've ever pretty much made in Destiny. So, a big patrol area in Destiny. Speaking of patrols, we're going to have new things like treasure maps, public events, and lots more stuff. We're going to have I think we're going to still have the green beacons, because that was it in patrol, and that was just boring as ever. Unless you're doing what I'm doing and making a video right now in patrol, because you just need background footage. So yeah, it's pretty much a water. Wait, I'm losing track. It's pretty much Earth, but in Europe, I'm guessing, because it's European Dead Zone. And it actually looks like one of the Crucible maps is featured in the story, because it looks like this guy's holding the new No Land Beyond 0.2 in Destiny 2. So it looks like he's holding the second No Land Beyond, pretty much. And he's in that like tower thing. I'm sure a lot of you would have recognized it from the Crucible map. There's like that church, where I can't remember what, in Control, you had to capture the area inside that church, and everyone would just annihilate you-ish, unless you were a really good player. So yeah, there's going to be new exciting patrol areas with patrol things to do, to just go around, patrol, collect new loot, and stuff like that. Let me know some of the things they are keeping in the game. For example, the old patrol areas, so there's still going to be Venus, because like imagine it's just 4 new worlds, but they're keeping the other worlds as well, and just making them a bit bigger. But they probably would have said that. But you know, Bungie are known for keeping their mouths in the community as well, for keeping their mouths shut. Just joking, they're not just known for that, but with our experiences, they seem to like to keep their mouths shut about what they're really working on. For example, they didn't really reveal when the beta is going to come out. Now, there was an Easter egg-ish that we don't know, it's not confirmed, but people are speculating that it's gonna come out 17th of July. So that's probably when the beta is going to come out. Nothing's confirmed. Don't get your hopes up, but yeah, nothing's confirmed. Yeah. All right. New weapon types. I kind of said that in my last video, didn't I? But hey, we're just gonna go over it again. Grenade launchers, grenade launchers, submachine guns, all of that. Same things are staying, like stuff. So grenade launchers, submachine guns, and there's even a new exotic rifle called the Sweet Business, and it's basically a Gatling gun or chain gun or mini gun, whatever you want to call it. It's basically one of them. So new weapon types, hurrah, new guns to collect, new things to play with, and they're basically primaries. You can watch my last video where I kind of explain in more detail the weapon system and weapon types. Next up we got new Crucible maps probably, and one new Crucible game mode. There's going to be more Crucible game modes, but we know we're getting one new Crucible game mode. It's called Countdown. It's pretty much search and destroy, but for Destiny. So it's like you have to defuse the bomb or protect the bomb. Pretty much, like I said, search and destroy from Call of Duty or other game modes. And that's going to be called Countdown. And there is one new map we can say, and it's called Midtown. So Midtown is a new Crucible map we'll be getting. There's a new pile of exotics, as always, that you can collect, and stuff like that. So yeah, new exotics as well, pretty cool. And basically that is kind of it. Let me know if I missed anything. Now this was very brief. I'm not gonna go over like everything, but let me know if I didn't miss anything. This was a very brief video, but I'm not gonna go over everything. So in the later videos to come, I'm gonna go over everything to do with, I don't know, like the new Trials of Osiris, or Trials of the Nine, as I should say, and new things, new news that comes out in Destiny, and everything I said in that video will be broken down into a very, into like more detail. But anyway, that is it for this video today. If you like what you see in this channel, don't forget to drop a like below on this video, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all in the next video.